Yes, greetings, blessings, people. We're here, we're live and direct on the Big Bad Station, aratradio.com, with yours truly, DJ Kat, the Kat-a-lyst, and we have a very special guest joining us. So, special guest, are you there?
Yes.
Yes, greetings, greetings. So, of course, say hello to the people and let them know who you are.
Massive greetings, world, you know? Yeah, man, sabbatical blessings are in order, you know?
I hear that.
That's right.
And of course, let them know who you are. What's your name?
Yeah, well, this is Jahni C, you know? International reggae dancehall artist.
100. I hear that.
From Jamaica, but living in the United States of America.
Love that. So you know what, Jahni? Can you let the listeners know how your journey began? Tell us.
Well, you know, my journey in music all started from, you know, high school where, you know, we knock on this, you know, for the instrumental and we sing along, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We used to have our little Friday clash, you know, with a couple of my friends, you know, Kat-a-lyst C, you know, Jimmy Reds, you know. So that's where it all started from, you know.
Yeah.
The likes of Baby G, that's King Jammy's son, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear that. So from doing it at those times, what made you say, you know what, I want to take this as a career now and move it forward and progress?
You know what? You know, where I was living in Kingston, Jamaica, there was this neighbor that he plays in the park.
Yeah.
The park in Kingston, so he had a sound system string up. So you know, as a kid, you know, I used to just, you know, go on it and, you know, freestyle and stuff. And, you know, my little friends and, you know, the elders used to say that you sounded good, you know. So you should take it serious, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of sparked some interest as well, you know what I'm saying?
I hear that. And I mean, one of the tunes I like from yourself is called Free the Use. And I really do love this tune. But you tell us how that came about, that particular tune.
Free the youths, you know, it's really an inspiration from the Most High, you know, because what was happening in the community where I was from, there were like violence going on between two neighboring communities, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that was what, you know, gave me the inspirations, actually, you know what I'm saying?
I hear that, yeah.
So it's like, that's how I come up with that song. And, you know, it was just everything that's happening, you know, the whole situation of you know, the ghetto life, the garrison, poverty and all that, you know what I'm saying? So it was everything all together that was in that song, you know?
Yeah, for real. And then, of course, you did another tune called The Father's Prayer. I mean, tell the listeners a little bit about that one.
The Father's Prayer, that's a very, you know, deep and, you know,
yeah.
It's a part of, I'm going to be honest with you, because my dad was in a situation where he was battling, you know, brain cancer, and he lost the battle. May his soul rest in peace. But I actually did that song before he passed. He transitioned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a whole journey. You know, the whole battle with cancer. You know, me as his son, the only one that was there for him. You know, to and from the hospital. You know, preparing meals and all that stuff, and you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
It was just crazy. So that's how that song came about, you know.
I hear that. Firstly, yeah, I'm sorry to hear.
That song, huh?
I'm sorry to hear the loss of your dad. You know.
So appreciate love.
Yeah.
You know.
I hear that.
So.
But he's watching. He's watching, I'm sure, and you know you're living through him.
Yes, definitely.
So
and to be honest,
yeah,
he was the one that actually his situation, and when he heard that song and he loved the song. He was like, you know, why are you not a superstar as yet, you know? So that kind of just sparked my interest now, you know, to just be a producer, because that whole rhythm was, you know, brought to me by a friend that he wanted someone to produce that rhythm.
Oh wow,
you know?
okay, yeah.
So at the time I told myself, no, I'm just an artist, you know. Sorry, I'm just an artist. But it's when I got a news that my dad had a seizure.
Oh wow.
You know, tears came to my eyes, you know, and that's when I started making that song, and I did that song while on a journey, because, you know, separate and apart from music, I drive tractor trailers in America.
Yeah.
So it was like tears in my eyes, and I was like one-on-one, you know, having a conversation with the Almighty, you know, with the Most High. So,
wow.
You know, words in tongues came to me, and, you know, I was like, you know, it was uncontrollable.
Yeah.
But at one point I told myself, you know what, I need to put this in all this emotion in a song, in music. So that's when I put the rhythm on, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, that song was created right there, you know, on that journey. You know,
Yeah.
by the time I reached my stop, I had a full song, you know.
Wow. And on that particular rhythm, did other artists join on that rhythm as well?
Yeah, there are several artists on that
Oh,
rhythm,
nice.
including couple of my high school friends that we used to knock on Despot rhythm, you know.
Yeah.
The likes of Jim Reds, Kat-a-lyst, Stepper, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tier. So all of my friends, that rhythm was actually my teammates because I used to play football, what they call soccer here in America, football in Jamaica. So we were all on the same football team.
Oh wow.
So it's all my teammates, you
Love
know.
that.
But then we have the likes of Nige Boy, that young sensation. We have Turbulence, we have veteran Gandhi, and we have Jodian Pantry, that renowned gospel artist.
Yeah.
So it's a very good compilation. Very good artists, you know, very talented artists, you know.
Yeah, so it's a family affair.
Yes, it's a family affair. We got potential. It's written all over that album.
Yeah,
Trust
100.
me.
So, you know, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've been playing Free the Youths for literally the past 4 weeks, keep on playing it and playing it and playing it, before I even got the request to do an interview with you. So it was like it was fate.
Yes.
It was like it was fate.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
So,
I appreciate the vibration and the energy though, you know?
yeah, anytime, because I gravitate to conscious music and music that can uplift people. And I feel like
Yes.
that's what your music is doing, you know, and
Yes.
I can't deny you of that.
Yes.
So what's next for you? Because I know that you've got so much that you are planning, because I can feel that energy. So you tell us what you're up to.
You know, I'm actually working on an album, you know?
Oh wow,
Two
nice.
albums, a matter of fact. Two
Okay.
albums, because even though I got my own record label, Combustion Records,
Yeah.
you know, there's a label that I work with here in America, One Link Records. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then again, I got another friend with the Free the Youths.
Yeah.
You know, One House Records, I also work with, you know, One House Records.
Oh,
you know what I'm
nice.
saying?
Yeah.
But I do got an album that I'm going to do for my own on the Combustion Records label. And then I have another album that I'm going to do on the One Link record. But on the One Link Records, they want me to do dancehall. So, you know,
Okay.
but really and truly, I'm in the line of that vibration, you know, that reggae, authentic reggae, positive vibration, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So, I mean, you're very busy then doing 2 albums. So what's your mindset like? Like when you are getting ready to kind of go into the recording studio, what are you preparing? What are you getting ready to do?
You know, actually, I'm actually in the recording studio already. I got songs cooking up right now, you know what I'm saying? I got
Oh,
songs
nice. Love
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yes.
Okay. So, you know, like I said, when you are getting ready and you're in the recording studio right now, what did you have to do to kind of prepare yourself? Because I know it must be, I mean, it looks easy to everybody, but it can't be easy.
Yes, you know what? I mean, sometimes it's very easy, you know. So as I said before, Father's Prayer was a song that it's a whole spirit just came over me, and that song was, you know, created in no time, you know what I'm saying? And for the most part of it, my songs, you know, most of my songs are created in a truck.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, I do like 11 hours driving for 6 days a week, so I have limited time getting home. I spend like only 34 hours at home, so for the most part of it, I do so many things in my truck. So I'll be driving for 11 hours, and I'll be rehearsing, you know, my own song. So, you know, I don't waste time when I go into the studio. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's good.
When I go into the studio, I'm so rehearsed. I'm so, you know, it's so many practices just by being on the road. Then, you know, I just lay it out. I'm gonna be honest with you. So
Wow.
it's not hard.
Okay. I mean, the reason why I say that is because obviously you must have took time to get to where you are to be able to establish your craft. You know, it didn't just happen,
yes.
if that makes sense. So that's where I'm kind of getting to, because I know artists, they do a lot of different stuff, like look after their throat, they have to do certain health activities, etc., rather than just seeing all the glitz and glamour on stage. So what's your kind of tips? What do you do?
as I said before, I be driving, I be just singing, you know.
Yeah.
I be just practicing. It's all about music.
Okay.
The job that I'm doing right now, music is what motivated me to do this driving. I want to be honest with you, because I told myself if I get this job, then I will be paid enough, so I'll be able to produce myself, and you know, I'll be able to better my craft.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everything that I do, it surrounds music is the nucleus.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's talk about this producing, because I can see that a lot of artists, especially up and coming artists, they're getting into producing as well. Is there a reason for that, or is it a case of you want to learn the whole craft? Tell us.
You know what? Knowledge is power, right?
Yeah.
It's always good to be in the know. I didn't have any plans, but it was just hard. It chose me, you know. I didn't choose it.
I hear that.
As I said before, you know, it's a situation with my dad that he looked on me one day when he heard the song "The Father's Prayer," and he was like, "Why are you not? Why are not you not a superstar as yet?" And you know, that's sparked my interest.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I got friends. I told you I got some friends that, you know, they are really talented as well.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not a selfish person. I want to help, you know, who I can help. You know what I'm saying? Especially the ones that are close to me. So I said, you know, why not just let's just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that.
It started right there. You know.
Wow. I mean, I feel like it's happened organically for you. Because from what your dad said, you've just gone straight into it, and you know you're fighting for that cause, which is great.
Yes, and that wasn't easy. I'm going to be honest with you. That wasn't easy because, as I told you before, I was not financially capable to take on that offer to be a producer. So my friend that produced Free the Youths, I put the offer to him, but at the time he has his hand full too, so he didn't take it up either. So as I told you before, it was ordained for me to do it.
Yeah.
Because I was going through the situation, it's medical expenses and all these things, and you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
Was the last thing that I wanted to do was to become a producer. But I told you know, my father looked at me, and you know, that just sparked my whole interest. And then the song itself, you know, I found that song on the rhythm, you know.
Yeah. Because
of my dad's situation, so everything was just connected, you know.
I hear that 100%. It was all aligned for you. It was waiting there for you.
Yes.
And you know, you've got another tune. Sorry, carry on. No, I was saying I was going to talk to you about another tune that you had, but you were going to say something.
No, you could go ahead.
Okay. No, I was going to ask you about Make Some Money, because you were just talking about that, and I want to know about that tune.
Wow. Make some money now. It's another journey again. You know, it's when I first got here in America, the whole transition. You know, new culture, new country. It's like, you know, you're picking up from a journey that you left off. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
So my music career started in Jamaica actually, but it got serious when I got here in America.
Okay.
It got real. You know, I started having songs on the digital platforms. You know.
Yeah. So
it's a situation where, you know, as I told you, I'm with a company over here too, One Link Records.
Oh,
so
nice.
you know, being my early stage, you know, in America, I didn't have a job, stuff like that. So my friend, he drove a tractor trailer, so he was the one that encouraged me to, like, you know, this could give you some money. So he told me about it, and how it pays well, you know.
Yeah, I love that.
So I was in the truck with him one day, and he had a rhythm on, you know.
Yeah.
And I made that song right there in his truck too.
Oh wow. For some reason, I wanna be in the truck when you guys are there, because I feel like you're just making music all the time. I love that. Love that, 100%.
And it's you know what? I'm doing this interview right now in the truck, so it's.
Wow, that truck's seen some tunes then. So you know,
it's the thing is, you just gotta time. You gotta make use of your time, you know.
Yeah,
I know what the time is. No matter what the amount of time you have, it's how you use it. Time is important. You know, it's something that you can't get back, you know.
Yeah.
So you gotta make use of every single day, and every single second, every single minute, every single hour.
Yeah, for real. So, what was it that made you make that transition from JA to America? What kind of the drive was that?
You know, it was family. It was a family situation. So
Yeah.
you know, I never had any real plans, but it was family. So you know, I'm a family oriented person. So
Yeah.
that's what brought me here. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. And I mean, the reason why I asked that is because it seems that a lot of, I'm going to say artists, make that kind of move to go to America for a load of different reasons, you know. But there's always a question in my mind, as in, why do people leave, in particular Jamaica, when it's the mecca of reggae music, you know? So I always want to know that, like, what was the drive?
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
A king is never crowned.
That's true.
In his place.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
True.
All of the greats you've been them, you know, they get all that great accolades, you know,
Yeah, that
from
is
somewhere
true.
else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that. I mean,
So that's
I don't know.
the truth, you know.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I hear what you're saying, and it's 100% true, but it's like, it feels a bit sad, if that makes sense as well.
Yes, it's sad as well. It's
Yeah.
sad as well. It's sad as well.
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, for me, I love playing on vinyl, and I want some of your tunes on vinyl. You know, when's this gonna happen?
It's funny. It's funny how you say that. You know why? Because I was having a reason the other day with a friend, and that was the exact reason.
Oh, wow.
You know, to
Wow.
get some of or the songs on vinyl.
Yeah.
So that is something into perspective. I'm gonna be honest with you, and since you brought it up too, I'll make an effort so you could get that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nice. Love that. Yeah, because I feel like vinyl, especially in reggae and dub, in Europe in particular,
Yeah.
it's massive. I
Yeah,
feel
it's-
like that's where people are going to. They're going to the record shop, or they might go on store or online, you know, things like that. So I think that's going to be the move forward.
Yes. Definitely, it's gonna be.
I love that.
Definitely.
So when it comes to yourself now, and you're talking about your albums and so on, people always want to know where they can see you live and get that experience of you as a artist. Have you got anything in the pipeline that we can come and see?
You know what? I'm open up right now to
Yeah.
the shows and
Nice.
stuff like that. So I'm actually preparing myself right now to be, you know, to engage on some, you know, doing some shows and stuff like that, because that's what I'm lacking right now, you know.
Okay.
When I was in Jamaica, I was on, you know, a couple shows and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
since the transition from Jamaica to America, things is a little bit under, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that.
I had a few performances here though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm working on right now,
Nice.
you know, to actually, you know, get some shows, you know. So I'm open up to some shows right now, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere in the world, I'll be there. I'll do what I know best, you know what I'm saying?
I hear that. So
hmm
with that being said, and of course you have put out some great tunes, are you ready as well for the other side of it, as in the business side, the criticism? Are you ready for that?
I'm ready for everything, you know.
Okay, cool.
I'm ready for everything.
Yeah, I hear that. Now the reason why I ask is because, you know, sometimes people, as you know, people have opinions, you know, and it can be a short, sharp shock when you get a criticism that you're not expecting. So I always like to check in on an artist to make sure that they're mentally ready as well as physically ready.
Yes, I'm definitely ready for that. As I told you before, you know, I'm a professional.
Yeah,
I'm a professional artist, and you know, I'm professional in everything that I do.
yeah, I hear
Whether
that.
it is football, whether it is truck driving, you know, I'm very professional. So
I love that.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? I just can imagine you in your truck, just singing away, just yeah, living your best life in your truck. That's great.
Yeah,
That's so
boy,
good.
I'm telling you.
So,
I'm telling you.
what's your next latest release? I know you've got the album coming, but I know artists, they always do a little teaser. So, have you got a teaser ready?
Yeah, I got so many teasers.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not too sure which one I'm going to put out first, but you know,
Yeah.
you know, a friend of mine, DJ King Kenny,
Yeah.
he requested a girl song, so you know, I
Okay.
have a girl song coming.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah, I
Give
mean,
me the loving, you know? The title of that song is going to be Give Me the Loving.
oh, I love that. Love that. You know what, King Kenny, he's
Yes.
the king of girl songs, I'm telling you.
Yes.
He plays them all. He
Oh.
plays all the girl songs. King Kenny, yeah.
Yes.
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 And you know, I mean, you probably had in mind who you might kind of connect with, but is there any collaborations that you would do?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I have some. In fact, I got some collaboration on the One Link Records.
Oh, nice.
Charlie Blitz. He's another schoolmate of mine.
Oh, cool.
He's a part of One Link Records as well, and we have some collaboration out there. We have collaboration. Welcome the General.
Yeah.
That's the name of the album too.
Oh,
the
nice.
Shadowman's Cut.
Yeah.
Welcome the General.
Okay.
I'm featured on that album, so I got some collabs with him. Welcome the General is a song
Yeah.
that we collab on. Like You, Girls Problem,
Okay. Yeah, right.
Bedroom Shutter.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that's all dancehall, you know.
Yeah.
That's all dancehall. But it's clean and it's clean music too, you know.
I hear that. I hear that, which is important to me. You know, clean and nice vibrations. So, I mean, the reason why I asked that is because I can see you collaborating with like Samurai or Mortimer. I feel like those would be your guys, you know, to connect with.
Could you repeat?
Yeah, I was just saying that I can see you collaborating with like Samurai or, you know, Mortimer, those kind of artists.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you guys have...
Turbulence.
Yeah.
Turbulence maybe.
Yeah, 100. Because I feel like you have that energy, you know?
Yep. Definitely, I'm looking at some of those collaborations.
Oh, nice.
The legends, you know, the greats.
I hear that. So you know what? I don't know if you're reversing or parking. But I wanted to ask you, would you be up for singing a little something for the radio right now?
Yes, I can.
Oh, nice. So whenever you're ready, go for it.
I'm gonna give you a girl song.
Okay. Go for that.
Yeah. Give me love and I deserve it in my nerves, and girl, there's tension inside me. I'll be there forevermore. Know that you're not sure, girl, but why can't you trust me? Been patient so long, feelings more than strong, girl. Just be my lady. I know I cheated in the midst, no the ice in the fridge, girl. Flesh is not to breach love. Like dirt need grass, broken arms need gas, girl. I need you, baby. Give me your loving. It's a blessing, give me the loving I deserve. Girl, you know my nerves, and girl, there's tension inside me. I'll be there forevermore. Know that you're not sure, girl, but why can't you trust me? The good times we share, think about it, don't you care? Sometimes life can be unfair. A good woman is hard to find, so please be mine. For you, I pray to the divine. You've been running through my mind throughout the days and night times. Girl, wishing we could seal it up. So give me everything, and everything and everything. I really love you. Give me loving I deserve. You're in my nerves, and girl, there's tension inside me. Yeah, so look out for that one, you know.
I love that. You know what? I was getting the chorus ready. I was getting the hang of the chorus already. Love that. I love it. So I know for a fact people are going to ask me how they can find you. So let them know socials and who they need to contact for bookings and so on.
Yes, it's Jahni.C on Instagram. It's Jahni.C on TikTok. Jahni.
Nice.
And Jahni C on Facebook.
Yeah.
And for bookings, you could contact 347 569 2106. That's 347 569 2106.
Jeez. Okay, so you're everywhere. You're everywhere.
I'm everywhere, you know.
I love that. And you know what? It's been a joy to speak with you. And I'm gonna be putting the recording up as well on YouTube and so on, so we can always listen back. But what would you like to say to the listeners that are locked in and tuned in? What would you like to say to them?
Look out for some great music, some very inspirational song. you know, some soul food kind of music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just look out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, all these songs will be on all the digital platforms.
Love that. And I'm looking forward to the vinyl.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm gonna work on it for you. Definitely gonna work on it for you.
I love that. You know what? It's been a joy to speak with you, and I'm sure we'll speak again.
Same here.
Yeah, man.
Same
So
here.
until next time.
Of your vibration.
Anytime. You're always welcome. And you know, I'm looking forward to seeing you doing a video or something in your truck. I think that needs to happen.
Oh yes, I gotta do that.
For real.
I'm definitely gonna do that.
Okay. But you know what? I hope you have a blessed rest of the day, and we'll speak again soon.
Same to you. Have a blissful day. All right.
Yeah, man. Speak soon.
Yes.
Bless up.
All
Bless.
right. Hope for this.